compute. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. LD4 Reza Mesgarlou here from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. At least that's where I am right now. And we're going to have an awesome call. I'm going to share some information with you, some techniques and steps leading to, first of all, overcoming objections. And lastly, the how to close. So I'm going to share some information. Then it's going to be kind of like a workshop. And I want you to throw at me any question you may have regarding the objections that you may have encountered. It might be only in your own head. It might be in your own head. That's the most deadliest one. That's the hardest one to overcome. It's not hard in the sense of being conscious of it and dealing with it. It's hard if you're not conscious of it. Just because you believe it, you think the whole world believes it, right? So that's the part also we're going to address today. So again, good. Welcome to this call, and we're going to talk about how to overcome objections. Objections should only come to you after an individual has seen the full presentation. After an individual, I assume you build like and trust. You did your due diligence. You did your planting in terms of the person that's coming to your meeting, the person that's coming to your, whether it's a live meeting, whether it is a Zoom meeting, whether it's a in-person meeting, whether it's a office meeting, doesn't really matter. Whoever comes to see what you're about to show them, whether it's the products or the opportunity or both, you need to understand the basics, and you have to have somewhat of a knowledge. So I assume you have already launched your shop, you have already tried the products, you have already been on a product call, corporate product call every Monday night, or at least seen the recording of some of these calls. You've been on a Tuesday night forensic call, and you have watched some of the recording of the calls. You could be in a different time zone, it doesn't matter. It's available for you to go and study, right? I assume you're a good business owner and you have done what you're supposed to do. You have built like and trust with your prospect, whether it's a warm market is people that you already know, or the cold market, even more crucial, more important for you to have that like and trust in place and plant some seeds in their mind and pique their curiosity that they showed up to your meeting to sit down to look at this opportunity that you have to show them, right? Now, I assume you have already done a great presentation, very informative presentation, and now you're ready to, fill up the survey. Yes, I hope you're using the survey. Survey is available to you through your back office. This survey, the purpose of this survey is to help your prospect make a decision. And also the survey lets you know what your prospect is thinking, or what is it that they did not understand. Is it a money issue? Is it they're not sure about something? Maybe just misunderstood something. Maybe there was language barrier. Maybe they were dozing off at some point of the meeting. They missed some part and only woke up to what it costs to get started, right? So this is the purpose of survey. So you need to have this survey on hand, every single one of you. You need to have this survey on hand. The survey helps you help them get started. It helps you close them. The survey, you can see if they just want to use the products, or they want to use the products till they decide to do on the business, or they have some questions, something they're not they didn't fully understand, or is it money issue, right? This is the purpose of survey. So if you don't have the survey, make sure you print a lot of them. You're planning on building your business to the moon, right? So you need surveys. Make sure you print them and you have them with you when you're sitting down with a prospect. Okay? That's number one. Now, how do you overcome objections? Well, one, you have done your homework, you know the answers. Two, using a third party. Who's a third party? Your upline partners, your My Five, or someone in the crowd that you have edified to your prospect. What does that mean? When your prospect shows up to a meeting, you have already told this third party, right? You have already told this third party, I have 1 guest coming, 2 guests coming, 3 guests coming, 4 guests coming, 5 guests coming, and I need some help with the closing. Okay? And your upline or the person could be a partner. It doesn't have to be necessarily an upline. Someone who is good at closing, someone who's knowledgeable, someone who's helpful. You have already edified them, meaning you have told your prospect, see that young lady over there? She's an LD1 and LD2. She's dynamo. She is LD4, whatever. And you share some of the stories, her stories or his stories, right? He used to work for the government. She used to work for the government. He or she did the business for certain amount of time, part-time, okay? And they become full-time. Their business has grown to X number of countries. They're earning a lot of income and they're living the dream. You really need to edify that third party. Otherwise, if you don't edify that third party and you bring your guest to a meeting or you have a tour done on Zoom, same thing, and you have not edified this third party, if you bring another individual to get in the face of this individual to convince them to join or to buy, it's not going to mean anything to them. They're going to think, okay, there's another person. There's another one that's here to try to help to close me, to take my money. Who knows what they think, right? So you need to definitely, every step that we've been talking over the previous trainings, you need to implement so you can have a smooth sailing, so you can have very high ratio of people joining and buying. You need to follow and perfect the steps that I shared with you in previous meetings, which is all available on my YouTube channel. Okay? You need to make sure you don't just come in, you join. I don't need any training, and I'm going to join, sell to people. I'm going to get people to jump in and join me in this business. I hope you are taking these questions, these steps very seriously. Okay, you need to follow that if you want to be effective with all parts of your business, especially when it comes to overcoming objections. Now, what are the objections? Now the meeting is finished. What you need to do, first of all, to be sitting with, if you're in person, you don't need to be running all over the place while your guest is sitting there alone. There's a number of reasons you don't want your guests to be sitting there alone. You want your guests to come a little bit earlier. You want to go and show them the product, the product display. You want to show them other members that are wearing your products. You want to introduce them to your teammates. You want them to feel at home. You want them to be comfortable. At the same time, you don't want to give them too much attention, because when you give them way too much attention, all of a sudden the whole room is giving that person attention. That person may think, well, you're all in it together. They're here to take my money. So there's going to be a happy medium. You know what I'm saying? Be stuck to your guests. Don't leave them alone at any point. Another reason you don't want to be leaving them alone at any point, because they could run into another member who may not sound too positive. They might be talking to someone else saying, well, I've been in the business for 6 months. I haven't made any money yet. They're not going to say they didn't do anything yet. They're not going to say this is the first meeting. Really, they're not going to say they didn't do your training. They haven't called anyone. They haven't done their business. They're just going to say, well, 6 months, I'm hoping that I will make some, that's not very encouraging. The person comes to see a meeting, they're going to talk to someone negative, and right away, they start on the downside. So you want to make sure you stick to your guest. You want to make sure you sit with your guest. And as soon as and you want to be attentive You don't want to be playing on your phone. You want to be attentive, like it's the first time you see this opportunity. It's the first time you see this presentation. And when the meeting finishes, you want to be clapping. You want to be happy. You want to be enthusiastic, right? Most definitely do not be distracted. Everything else, pay full attention. Because if your guest sees you're on your phone, they'll get on their phone. If they see you getting up, moving around, back and forth, moving nuts, they're going to do the same thing. If they see you taking a call, they will take a call, right? At every meeting, we tell people to put their phone on silent so we don't disturb the meeting, we don't disturb others, and we start by showing that, hey, my phone is on silent right now. We're in a meeting. I forgot. So I just put my phone on silent, okay? My phone is on silent. So you want to make sure that you do all of that after the meeting is finished. You're prepared with your, you have already told your upline or the third party is going to help you with the close and survey. You have the survey on hand. So what you'll do is as soon as the meeting is finished, you look at them and say, wow, isn't that insane? Isn't that incredible? Isn't that awesome? And they're going to look at you and they're going to say, yeah, because they see your enthusiasm, they see your happiness. They're like, yeah, sounds good, looks good. Okay, great. Let's go over here. I would like to get you to fill up this survey so we can better understand what is it that you want. If you have any questions or whatever, you sit there with them and you fill up the survey with them. And then you go over the survey with them, right? You go over the survey with them. And if you see they say, oh, I'm getting in because of the money. I'm getting in because I want good health. I'm getting in because of whatever the reason is. Or follow up with me in 30 days, if that's what they say. So you go through each survey, each part of the survey with them. Then you get to the part that they're ready to get started. If they're ready to get started, at what package, which they check marked, right? Or if it says, I want this package, but follow with me in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 1 week, I don't know. That's when you need to be able to understand why they put what they put. If someone says, for example, 30 days because I need to discuss this with my husband, with my wife, I need to get my money together. I don't know. I'm gonna open the call to you guys. Each one of you is gonna throw an objection at me. I'm gonna show you how I'm going to answer it. And we're gonna address it the sweetest, the best, the most efficient way. And shall there be a need for you to utilize your upline, which you should, to help you close, or a partner that you want to utilize to help you close, then we'll go to that as well. So at this point, I'm going to open I'm going to get you guys to ask your objections. Every single one of you are in the business today. That's why you're on this call. And we'll go one question per person. And if we shall go back around, we'll go back around again for second question. So there is, I believe, there's a lot of you here. So I think if everyone asks one question, we'll be able to cover probably most of it. So who wants to go first? Let me see. Who would like to go first with the objection that they've got before that they didn't know how to answer properly?
Hi, Riz.
Yes, Herbie.
Yes, I want to go over. Actually, I don't know if it's an objection, but it's happened a lot. When I will tell people about the opportunity, and they will ask me, "Is it MLM?"
Okay.
Yes. So I usually tell them that you can make it MLM if you want. That's what I tell them, because some people might join just to sell the product, so they don't want to recruit in order to make it an element. So that's what I tell them. But what will you say?
My question 100% of the time is, we are like nothing you have ever seen. We have 15 different ways of getting paid. You, as a shop owner, business owner, you decide how many of the 15 ways you like to get paid. And that's why this is a question you're telling me is from people before they see a tour, not after they see a tour. The question they ask you, is it an MLM, is before they come to see a tour. That's why I don't get into mechanics of the business too much. I tell them there are 15 different ways of getting paid. You want to be like an Amazon, except we have our own products. Amazon don't have their own products. You can do so. You want to do retail, wholesale, it's up to you. If you want to make commissions on top and above everything else, sure. You want to make a ton of bonuses, sure. I can't really explain to you the business right now until you see the full presentation. Once you see the full presentation, then you'll understand that you can decide how many of the 15 ways you would like to get paid. Some people ask me, how many ways do you like to get paid? You get paid. I said, all 15, of course. Obviously, I want to get paid on all 15 ways. That's what I tell them. And they're like, wow, me too. I'd like to get paid on all 15 ways. But then they're going to have people saying, I'll be happy with just the retail wholesale. Until they saw the tour, then they changed their mind. No problem. So the question that you're asking is question that's asked before someone sees the tour. So what you tell them is, again, there are 15 different ways of getting paid. We're not like any other company that you could match up against and compare to. There's 15 ways to get paid. Once you see the opportunity, you will understand it. I don't go any deeper than that. Did that answer your question?
Yes, very well. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Who's next? Let's do this quick, guys. You guys are all here for objection and closing. So who's got a next person? Ask me your objection.
Good night, good evening, everyone. Reza, can you maybe itemize the 15 ways?
This is not the call right now. Right now is about objections. The 15 ways I can tell you, and the last part of the yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I would love to join, but these prices are way too expensive. The packages, the prices.
Okay, very good question. What are you comparing it to?
Okay.
I asked a question. What are you comparing it to? That's usually what happens. We get the silent because they don't know what they're comparing it to. So what I tell them is, look, have you ever thought about starting your own business? 100% of people will say yes. Why haven't you? Because it takes large capital to get started. Any sort of business. The smallest business that I know, I remember in Kenya, the smallest guarantees you no money at all. The smallest still costs $5,000 US. I'm talking someone in the corner of the street with some inventory, little shack in a not so busy area. So if you've ever been the type of person that thought of starting a business, but you never started a business, you know why. Because it takes large capital to get started. Now here in Opulence Global, you're getting a company that's been in the business for 19 years, has over 1,000 world-class products, life-changing products. You have a website given to you. If you've ever been out there trying to get someone to make you a mediocre website, you know how much that costs. Now you got a complete website, online gallery, and you're getting products. Depends on what package you take. The highest package, $1,900, you get $3,300 worth of products. Now you got a free website. Now you got a free support. You got free ship. You got free everything. And you got $3,300 of products. So what do you mean it is expensive? I'm not sure what you're comparing it to. This is a business, a turnkey operation at the highest level. You're getting a free website, shopping cart, online gallery, tools, trainings, support. You're getting all of that. Plus, you're getting $3,300 of products. That even if you're going to sell the products, you already made $1,300 off profits. Doesn't matter how long it takes you. And you got a free website, free business. So this is where you have to ask them a question. Overpriced? Overpriced? What do you mean by overpriced? Overpriced compared to what? Last I checked, there is nothing out there like the Fountain of Life. Last I checked, there's nothing out there like Divine. Last I checked, there's nothing out there. And if the ones that are comparable are $50,000. I got this for less than $4,000 from my own online shop. So what are you comparing it to? This is how I would hit them with. Have you ever thought about starting your own business? Have you ever thought about having your own website? A web creator creating a website, a mediocre one. Then you know how much that costs. Now, our smaller shop at $299, not only gives you all of that I just talked about, it also gives you products to go with it. Free membership. You can start earning globally. You have global presence. Everything, online support, and you have room to upgrade as you grow your business. So this is what I make sure to understand. Because that question is not really legitimate. That is overpriced, I think he said. I don't know, or too expensive, or I don't know what the, sorry, I forget the question, but it was something in that regards, right?
Yes.
Hello, I have another objection. Usually, prospect will ask, what is the monthly subscription? Because they used to compare with other MLM companies where they have to buy every month a specific product.
Right.
So they will ask you, what is the monthly obligations or
Number
monthly
one, there is no must do. Number one, there is no must do. You choose what you want to do, right? So there's no ongoing fee. What you call about monthly subscription, it could be anywhere from $35 to infinity. It all depends on you and how much you sell, how much you're willing to sell, and how many of the 15 ways of compensation plan you'd like to be a part of. At the highest level, for you to make money in all 15 ways, you need to be at $450. It means you bought and sold $450. You can be $250, you can be $300, you could be $150, it could be $35 for holding. It's your call. It's not like a gun to put to your head that you need to do this every single month. It's up to you. And as then I share with them at the highest level of $450. First of all, things around my house and my children, I buy stuff off my own shop. Okay, I buy my own stuff. Why? Number one, it's of the highest grade. It's healthy and it's quality, right? They're healthy. We need it. They're quality, and we don't want anything but the best in this household. So for me, as an individual, as a father of 3 young kids, my consumption per month is about $450. But let's assume your consumption, you're single, you're alone. Hopefully you brush your teeth, you know, and hopefully you don't want poison in your mouth. So let's say you buy the toothpaste. Let's assume you're taking your drops because you don't want to come up with chronic problems, right? Let's assume you're conscious of how important it is to be healthy. Let's say you're single, you're alone. Just what you consume for yourself at wholesale price is about $150 a month. Now, some people say, well, I'm not going to use my own stuff. Big mistake. It's a big mistake. I don't want to use my own stuff. I'll just buy the $2 toothpaste, or I'll just use salt. I don't know. Or I'll just eat oranges, and I don't need this stuff, but I'll just sell it. Even if you were that individual, selling 1 bottle of FOL per month, along with 1 Divine a month, that covers you $150. You're in this business to sell, right? You're in this business to sell and to recruit. We get paid only for two things. We don't get paid for training. We don't get paid for socializing. We get paid for two things. Selling the products and recruiting, building a team. These are the two things that we get paid for. And we need to be product of the product. I covered that in the last call. So if someone asks me, what is the monthly subscription, which is by choice, because you're here to build a business. You're here to build your team. You're here to make a fortune. You're here to change your life. You're here to change everyone's lives globally, right? You're here to help with this opportunity and product line. So selling at the highest level that gives you access to all 15 ways of getting paid, $450 a month does it. Now, let me ask you a question. Everyone has a job, right? Almost everyone has a job. They go to work, exchange time for money. You work 8 hours, you get paid for 8 hours. You work 30 hours, 40 hours a week, you get paid for 40 hours. And let's assume the 40 hours in the week, they paid you $2,000, right? They paid you $2,000. So you went from Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, plus the travel to work and travel from work home. So let's call it 9 hours. Let's assume it takes you 9 hours a day, 5 days a week, 45 hours a week, right? They pay you, say, $2,000 a week. That's a good pay. The $2,000 a week, why did your employer give you $2,000 a week? Because you made them 2, 3, 4, 5 times that. You brought value to your job, and your job saw value into getting a portion of what you created, helped create by working for them, and they take a small portion of that and they pay you. So you brought value to your employer. That's why they hired you. In opulence, you don't have an employer. You're the employer and the employee until you have a large team, which things change a lot, right? You're the employer and the employee. And as an employer, you would expect the employee, which is yourself, to sell at least $450 in 30 days. Not 1 week, not 2 weeks, in 30 days. You should be that kind of employer looking for that kind of employee. I am the employer of Reza Mesgarlou, and I'm the employee of Reza Mesgarlou. I keep myself accountable. I'm in this business. I didn't get into this business to do okay. I didn't get into this business to do all right. I didn't get into this business to supplement my income, make a little bit of money. I got here to change my life. I came here for total freedom. I came here to crush it. Otherwise, I would have stayed at my job anyways, right? I didn't come here. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. If you want to supplement your income, the best place to be. It's very easy to sell the world's greatest goods. It's very easy to talk to people in person on social media or become a walking billboard. I always show my products, right? So keep yourself accountable that I came here to make a little bit of money, good money, a lot of money, or stupid, insane amount of money. Why did I come here for? At any level, $450 a month is what you should keep yourself accountable for. This is not a sign-up game. This is not someone that comes here. We've had that. People come here and sign up like crazy, like bad out of hell. Signing a lot of people, making a lot of money rather quick. But because they came in as a sign-up game, they fall rather quick. They jump into the next program and they do the same thing there. Then the next program, eventually they lose credibility because they jump too many companies, like bunny rabbits. They jump too many companies and they lose the credibility, and then they throw up the hands up in the air and say, well, you know what? This doesn't work. Used to be good. It's not good anymore. It doesn't work for anymore. And they go back to, I don't know, something different, right? So keep yourself accountable. There is no obligation of subscription. It's entirely up to the boss, and the boss is you. You came here to do what? You came here to make how much money? At the highest level, 450 give you access to all 15 ways of earning within this amazing 19-year-old global company. Did that answer your question, Sauda?
Yes. It was great. Thank you.
Glad. You're welcome. Next objection. Come on, guys. I am the machine. I'm here. I'm your punching bag. Throw your objections at me. Trying to get me so I can answer it. Find me a question so I cannot answer. Anyone?
Reza, what do you say when they say to you, when they see you in sales and they say to you, I don't know how to sell?
Then I look at them and I tell them it's not true. I'm going to say, are you married? Yes, I'm married. So how long have you been married to your husband? I don't know, 25 years ago. Okay. 25 years ago, how did you sell the idea to your husband to marry you? How did you go through that process of dating, knowing each other, and convincing him or him convincing you that you're the good candidate to partner up for life? So you know how to sell. Okay? In opulence, we don't need to sell. In opulence, we share. We share our products. Why? Because it's the greatest products in the planet Earth. These is the products that 8 billion people in the world need and must have, including their pets. Did you guys know my dogs are on this? My dogs are on this. I have 2 large German Shepherds. One is 2 years old and one is 10 years old. Father and son. And they're both on the Fountain of Life. Why? Because the highest amount of lignans, if you know what Fountain of Life does, it enhances any animal's health with the lignans that goes in the body and helps them to optimize their health. My oldest dog, 10 years old, he started to have some problems in the back end and his joints. I see the poor guy's in pain, so I increase his dosage, right? Because I need him to be healthy. If they get cuts and bruises, so we have the best products in the planet. I simply share. Let me explain to you who are network marketers. The highest paid network marketers in the history of network marketing are those who are good storytellers. Okay? I know women, men too. I had an Uber that just drove me home, and not just women. Men too. They love to talk. They love to talk. What you want to talk about is up to you, right? You want to talk about something negative, positive, something leading up to something positive. Learn how to tell stories. Learn on how to tell the testimonials. Be a walking billboard, right? And let the individuals know why they need this business, this opportunity, and these products, right? And knowing the fact that there is 90-day satisfaction guarantee, 90-day satisfaction guarantee, that takes the pressure off anyone and everyone. Another thing that brings the pressure off is because we've been around for 19 years. We're in 200 countries. We have 1,000 different products. We make them all. So this all brings credibility. What you got to say, as long as you tell the story good, people will ask questions. People will, be intrigued and will want to buy your product. So we don't sell products, we share stories. We share stories, and we have a testimonial page on Facebook. You guys need to utilize that too. Go there and let people see what these products do. If it's about health, if it's about your fashion, you should be wearing your own fashion, as well as your catalog, the lookbook, as well as going to an online gallery and letting people see what's there. Any other questions?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. When you introduce it to people like right away, a lot of people aren't thinking it's a pyramid scheme. So how do you explain it to them that it's not?
I asked him a
But-
question. I asked him a question. Really, what's a pyramid scheme? Then wait for them to answer. What's a pyramid scheme? Then they're gonna say, well, you know, people at the top make money and people at the bottom don't make money. And I'm gonna say, first of all, you already saw on the tour, there are 15 different ways of earning. Network marketing multi-level is one of the ways. One of the ways is that if you don't like MLM, then you don't use the MLM site, just buy and sell. Secondly, what is MLM? MLM is a method of distribution. Basically, you get paid. It's kind of like franchising. There is one McDonald's, for example, and they open branches all over the world. And these branches, most of them are owned by individuals who pay royalty to the head office. They have rules and regulations. They can buy from anywhere else. They have to buy even the boxes, even the paper, even the receipts. Everything that has to be bought from the head office, and whatever profits made, you pay royalty to the head office. In MLM, it doesn't stop at one level. That head office is not the only one making money. Now you as a franchise owner, let's say you're a franchise owner, you can go and open other stores, other MLMs, other McDonald's, other whatever you want to call it, right? You get paid on that effort. Pyramid schemes, only people at the top make money, everybody else lose money. In opulence, we have people in the bottom that can surpass the people at the top, and they do. Reza Mesgarlou is a good example. He started late, even though he joined first. He came from behind. He passed everyone, started making more money than everyone. All of a sudden, this young lady that's 100 levels deep, or I don't know how many levels, maybe 100, maybe more, Sherry Zhao, she comes to make more money than me and Renee combined for over a year. Then we had Renee, which is my downline. He come to pass me for a long time, making more money than me. So in this system that we have, doesn't matter where you are, you can make more money than everyone else based on your effort and your growth, right? Right now we have Mona on the call, who has, I don't know, $80 million, maybe more, maybe less, I don't know, somewhere around there, of volume.
Yep.
She can literally come and absolutely destroy me, Renee, Dr. Henry, Sherry, everybody. She can make more than all of us in 1 month because of the accumulation of volume in her left team. So in this business, anybody can make more money than anyone else. So I don't know what your understanding is of network marketing. I don't know what your understanding is of MLM, but the biggest pyramid is your government. You got your prime minister, you got your president, you got the senates, then you got this and that, then there is the masses of people below them that never reach or surpass any of these people above you. That goes the shape of it, right? So we need to educate people regarding what a pyramid is. This is a question would have been legitimate in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Not today. Not today. Okay.
I love the answer. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank
It's
you.
ignorance. It's usually ignorance, a lack of education that makes people ask questions like that. So I hit him back with a question. Explain to me what's a pyramid. And I sit back and I look at them. They're like, you know? I said, no, I don't know. Would you be able to explain to me what is a pyramid and what you have in mind? What are you talking about? We just showed you a tour and 15 different ways of earning, right? And you just focused on this one part. So that's why I want to know what you mean by that. Right? Plus the fact that we've been around for 19 years. Remember, that brings a lot of credibility to you and your business. Next objection. Go ahead, guys. What's the next one?
Hey, Reza. Hey, everyone.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm really good. I'm Neria from Team Havaya in Israel.
Hello, Maria. How are you? Welcome.
Also, yeah, I'm really good. Also, Simcha, Joy that asked the question, that was a really good question from our team. I'm really proud of you. Yeah, and I actually want to elaborate on her question. I have another question, but now when I heard it, I have a question of like, so given my past experiences with MLM companies, why should I believe that Opulence Global is any different? And what can you provide that this time will be different?
I can give you a lot of reasons why we're different. Number one, we are the manufacturer. That means we have control over quality and quantity. Number two, we're not publicly traded company that we care about the shareholders. We're all about distributors. Number three, 65% of every penny that comes in this company goes back to the field. Number four, we've been around 19 years. Number five.
Wait, can you say that slower?
Okay. It's going to be recorded. I'll share the recording. But yeah. So like I said, I have a lot of different explanation as to why we're different. Number one, our track record, 19 years in the business. Number two, we are the manufacturer. Means we have control over quality and the quantity. We don't depend on someone else making it for us, ruining it for us, the quality, or not be able to produce it on time. Number three, we're privately owned. We're not publicly traded. That means we have the interest at heart for our distributors, not for our shareholders. Okay? Number five, 65% of everything that comes into this company is paid back out to the field. Other words, our compensation plan is bar none. We've been challenged on world stage on businessforhome.org over the years. Some big giant companies come to the distributors, they come to challenge us about our compensation plan and maybe started matching them side by side. It's like a four-day court date, for example. After day one, they shy away and they run away. They realize, we cannot compete with them with their compensation plan the way they pay. Okay? When it comes to how easy it is to make money with this company, how easy it is to earn with this company, our support system, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. No other company will pay you what we pay. Like I said, there's 15 different ways of earning with this company. I have never seen or heard of any other company that comes even remotely close. We have some companies, they come and they go heavy in the front. They say, you get so much for signing up people, but there's nothing in the back end. I've been in one of those companies. Every money I made was up front. There was no residuals at all, even though I was promised the residuals. And when they realized there was no residual, they shut down the door and left. Number six, 99.9% of the companies, over 90% or 99.99, 90% after 5 years, up to 5 years, they don't exist. 99.9 up to 10 years, they don't exist. Thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of companies come and go. Opulence is entering its 20th year. So we have a lot of reasons why we're so different. So I hope that answers your question.
Could we add that it is a debt-free company?
We started debt-free. Of course, we're debt-free. We're privately owned.
Yeah, wow. Thank you, Reza.
You're welcome.
Really answers my question. And I want to add that I'm a part of a community that really care about intention and about the art. And I would love to know how can we really know, like I would love to hear the real intention and heart of Opulence and Ramin and you, and to really feel that I can trust you guys.
Well,
how can I do?
There's a lot of things out there. Like I said, we're not a fly-by-night company. we've been around 19 years. So if you go to Better Business Bureau, we have an A+ rating. Are you familiar with Better Business Bureau?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have an A+ rating. Means if there was complaints, for example, LV or some big companies that B- rating. Imagine, we have an A+ rating after almost 20 years. We have products that speak for themselves, and the fact that it's been around for 19 years and we have never missed a paycheck. We have never missed a commission date. When they were issuing checks got mailed early so we can get it on time. And when they went to direct deposit, the e-wallet, this company, I can tell you proudly, I've been with 3 other programs in the past. I've seen hundreds in the last 35 years. This company, I can proudly say that it's never missed a commission check. Commitment of this company, whether it's corporately or from the field. Yours truly, I have traveled to 124 countries. Okay? I have traveled 100, and most of them, a lot of them for business. And I continuously travel. That's my commitment to my field, to my team, to opulence. And likewise, company has paved the road for us. It's not easy to do business in 200 countries. It's not easy to ship products in 200 countries. Especially some countries, when they change government, every work you've done is gone. You have to do it again. Some countries are like that, believe it or not. But this company has always found a way to pave the road for us. And the fact that the CEO is still the same one from day one till today, that brings me great comfort. I have always said, I do not worry about any adversaries. I do not worry about any challenges. I do not worry about any anything that may come and go. In the business world, you have ups and downs. I don't worry. I'll stay focused and do what I got to do. The only time I will worry is if I hear that this CEO is selling the company and moving on. I'd be in a panic. Believe me, I'll be very, very, very panicky. So he's spoken. His track record explains what he's about, what this company is about. We're not a new company that we need to prove ourselves. We have already proven ourselves. So this is really enough for me. I'm a type of person that's really an overthinker. When I see something presented to me, I'm not a pessimist, but I have to understand what I need to understand before I can fully go out there and preach it. And if this was presented to me, company's track record, the product line, 19 years, the CEO, the same CEO, same corporate, where they are, how transparent they are, how many countries they've been with, how accessible they are. As CEO, I have never in my previous companies, one company, my very first company, I met the CEO only at big events from a distance. Pick up a phone and call him. Are you kidding me? Go shake his hand and go to his, this CEO is different than any other CEO I've ever met. I'm not saying that because he's my brother. I'm talking, you guys know. You guys who've been in the business, you know how accessible he is, how caring he is, and his vision. So that's really it. Is there anything else that I didn't answer?
Wow, I'm really grateful to hear that. And I would also love to hear from you just another angle of your heart, like what's your deepest desire in opulence. I really want to feel for my community really need to hear the heart.
Nothing has changed. We started life. See, let me tell you a little bit about the past. The CEO and I, we were barely out of high school, entrepreneurs. We tried the traditional business. Then we realized this wonderful way of doing business, which is called multi-level. The freedom that comes with it, effort, my effort will reflect my pay. My pay will reflect my effort, at least most of the time, right? You do the hard work once and you get paid forever, right? So Our goal and target was always to create 1,000 millionaires, right? Our target was to create 1,000 millionaires. That means that's what we always say, to the billion. Because once you hit a billion plus, we have created 1,000 millionaires. Now, along the way, when we were in fashion only, when we got into skincare and health, is when really gave a different meaning. It gave us a different meaning as to our conviction of what we need to do to help people globally to enhance their health. We all know this world is not getting any easier. It's not getting any better. It's getting tougher. We know that, unfortunately. But us, we have no control over that. But what we do have control is human side of things. What we have control over is helping the family to better their life, to helping the parent being able to send their kids to college and university. If you know or you don't know, us as a family, start from my mother. I used to always see pictures on the fridge, children that she sponsored globally. Once we hit adulthood, we started doing it. Then I started doing helping orphanages. We still do. Sending money to disaster areas before this company. This company only allowed us to do it in a larger scale. So non-stop, this company, yours truly included, are contributing to humanity, right? Philippines typhoon, Haiti twice, earthquake that absolutely devastated Haiti. Haiti hasn't recuperated from it yet, right? The tsunamis when they hit. I mean, right now this is what makes me happy as an individual, and I know what makes the company happy as the CEO and the company itself. Non-stop contributing to humanity. And our mission statement is to create 1,000 millionaires. And one thing my dad used to always say, money makes a good person better, makes a bad person worse. Hopefully the 1,000 millionaires we create are good people that can help humanity and make a change. So that is where I'm going to leave it at.
Yes. Wow, Reza, thank you so much. I really feel your heart.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Most welcome. Anytime.
Wow,
Guys.
so beautiful to hear. Thank
you so much. Thank you so much.
Hey, brother LD4 Reza, how are you?
Whoa, look who we got over here. My brother from another mother. How you doing, Roman?
I love to see you in action. I'm sure everybody here wants to have a little Reza in their pocket every time they go to talk to people. So maybe it's a good time to remind them that sometimes when you have an objection, the easiest is to say, actually, that's a great question. Let me see what Reza has to say about this. Let me see what Ronen has to say. Let me see and utilize 3 ways. Learn objections, and it's great, really. And believe me, many times I wanted Reza in my book too. He's a master. You are. I always remember how much every session like that can really help us, even if we've done it for 50 years. It reminds you. And it's really good to see everyone here, Joy and Narian, Tamal, and Mona. You look great, Mona. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Really.
Good to see you.
And you see, we always talk to the ones with the pictures on. You don't look at the ones that don't have a camera. It's like you don't know who's there. You can see the videos there on the top. So thank you, Reza. I had to say this was a great, great training. Thank you.
It was a great surprise, brother. Glad to have you on, guys. Let me tell you a little about Ronan. Through this business we met, and through this business we became great friends. I mean, very close friends. And that doesn't mean we're all lovey-dovey. We clash. We have clashed. At the end of the day, we both have the same common denominator. We both want the same for the masses, for our people, and everyone else out there in the world. And I tell you, his attributes, his characteristics, his qualities is where I try to learn from, to be more patient. That's what I was telling someone earlier on the call. I was driving somewhere to an appointment. I was on the call because call came unexpectedly. So it's okay. I'm driving, AC on. I'm talking. And I said, the only thing, there's two things that I want to improve in myself. Number one is discipline. And number two, to be more patient. I'm not patient guy. When I want something, I want it now, and I can't risk. I lose sleep at nighttime. I lose sleep till I get what I want, right? Which is good, but there's some suffering that goes with it because I'm not patient. And with Ronan, not all the time, but for most parts, I see how he's calculated sometimes, unless he loses his mind too, then that's a different ballgame. I'm talking when he's level-headed. I like that part. I mean, there's attributes from him that I try to take note of. And for me to be patient with my answers, sometimes I used to feel offended. If someone said something, because my conviction is so strong, my belief system is so strong, that if someone said something regarding this company or product, I'd be offended. And because I'm offended, I would fire back. And that's not the right way. You know, it's good to be assertive. It's good to be strong, but easy, easy. Just, so that's the part I'm working on. And Ronan is pretty good with his answers when it comes to people and their objections. So highly recommend it. Work with him. Share his contents. He said, I don't know. He's get his YouTube also. I'm sure he's posting there or wherever he's posting. Get in contact with him. He's awesome. Glad to have you on the call, bro. Glad to have you on the call.
Thank you so much, Reza.
You're very welcome.
I'm looking forward to Dubai or I understand we're all coming to Canada for the new headquarters, something. When's that happening? Do you know?
The truth is, we like it to be open first week of September. Unanimously, obviously. We want it to be open today.
Wow.
But it is the contractors. And knowing our company, they will not release any product until it's perfect. The same with the head office. They will not open it unless it's 100% opulent. And contractors are not giving the exact date. They're saying whatever they're saying.
So we get a little bit more extra time to get more people there. That we need the extra time. Maybe I'm back to the contractors to slow it down. You never know.
No. You don't tell them to slow it down. No. We like it September, but
I'm kidding.
We like it September. They're saying November. They're pushing for October. Okay? Don't take this as Reza said it's in October. No. I'm just reading in between.
No, we don't know. We just don't know. We'll hope and we'll wait for everybody else to let us know.
Exactly.
But at least it gives us a few extra months. It's right. Good.
Anyone else? Come on. Toward objection. Now we got the Master Ronan on the call too. Objections. Come on, guys. This is your chance. Anyone?
Reza, I have. Okay. Go on, Jay.
No, it's okay. Ask your question.
So it's not really an objection. It's just something that I see a lot and people that there are a lot of people that I met that they have an issue with calling to people like as the system at the ammo box and like to call people from their past, and they have a difficult time with doing it.
Why?
So yeah, a lot of time I've been asked if there's another way to do it.
Why do they have a difficult time calling people within the downline that at some point contributed some volume to their team?
Do you ask why? Why they have the difficulty?
Yep.
Most of them, I don't know. I feel that have a difficulty to, they feel like salesmen. They understand that they're not. They just tell the story, but they feel like they come with maybe an agenda, you know?
Okay. So I know a lot of people have a hard time picking up the phone and calling people in their downline who at some point saw the opportunity, whether through you or someone else, but nevertheless in your team, right? That contributed to your volume. They're part of your team, right? That's number one. They joined because they wanted to, they had a vision, they had a view, they wanted something out of this business that somehow, unfortunately, didn't work out. They strayed off, they cooled off, and they did not re-engage. There was no one there to engage with them, to help them, and the inactivity set in and they stopped. So, number one, it's my obligation to call these people. Just because I don't know them, it doesn't matter. If it's shown up in my genealogy, they have contributed to me and my business. That's number one reason. I'm going to pick up the phone and call them and introduce myself. Hello, I don't know, Jane, how are you doing? My name is Reza Mesgarlou from Opulence Global. Whether they know me or not know me doesn't matter. They're going to say, yes, what can I do for you? I'm not in the business anymore. Understand, no problem. That's okay. I'm just calling to check with you to make sure that you're okay. And if there is anything I can help you with, well, then they're going to say something. When I needed help, my upline didn't help me. I'm so sorry about that. I wish you would have reached out to me or someone else, and it would have been a little bit different. But nevertheless, I'm here to offer you my help. If there is something I can do for you, I'll be more than to help. And people appreciate that. You don't want nothing. They've already spent their money. They're already inactive. So now you're calling, it's not, we have one thing that says no member left behind. So we truly mean no member left behind. Now I wish Reza could call 100,000 people. It's impossible. At least not within this decade, right? But I can try. And I tell you something right now. No one, personally, I've probably called maybe 500 people. No one has told me, what do you want? What are you calling? Or being rude. Not one person.
I'm talking about also new people that are still not in the company.
Oh, new people that are not, that's, so I misunderstood your question. To call
yeah,
people,
but it was also a great answer and great teaching.
Yeah, it was accurate also. I talk about more about like new people that I meet, that are friends that didn't hear about the company before, you know. And thank you for this answer. It was like important. Thank you.
So what's your question is, you're going to call them and they're going to say, what does she want?
Reza?
Reza, if someone comes to you and says, your downline says, I do not want to call people on the phone. I'm afraid because I sound like a salesman. What would you tell them? I think that's what Tamar was asking.
Okay.
Is that correct, Tamar?
Yes.
Okay. No, I understand it better. Well, first things first, if you believe that you are sounding that way, then maybe you are being a salesman. We talked about it earlier. We don't sell stuff, we share. We share opportunities, we share products, we share. So if I'm calling a friend of mine, this is what, okay, I'll give you an example. When I got started in this business, August 1st, 2008, I made my decision on that day, 2 p.m. I'll never forget that. I was in Kingston. I was coming back from Toronto to Ottawa, halfway mark almost. Light bulb went on. I need to build this business. I need to get rid of my job in 6 months. I need to get to work. I waited 3.5 years. Today, I'm going to change that. So I got home. My first prospect friend was waiting for me outside. His name was Sean Singh. I told him, meet me at my house. Where are you? I said, I'm at Kingston. I'll be home in 1 hour and a half. Because I drive 120, 125, whatever, a little bit over the speed limit. So I said, I'll be home in 1 hour and a half. I remember like it was yesterday. It was summertime too, coming back from Toronto. I pull up, he's waiting. We come in my house. I said, sit down. I'm going to show you something. It's going to blow your mind. So he sat down. I have never done a presentation. I've been to presentations, but I have never done a presentation with this company yet. I figured who else better for me to screw up with than this guy? What's he going to do? He's going to judge me? I don't care. I'm going to show him what I know. I turn on the computer and I'm like, I don't know how long it took me, maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. I went through it, some slides I'm not familiar with. And he's just sitting there looking. He thought I want something else. We're going to talk about something else. Now he knew about this business, but he didn't know that I want to show it to him that day. So I sat down and showed it to him. And I asked him at the end of the meeting, what do you think? He kind of looked at me with this look on his face. He said, it sounds good, but Reza, I've never done anything like this. I said, okay, don't worry about it. Because if you show me, teach me, then I'm like, of course I want to show you and teach you. So I'm just doing as a test. So I said, so what do you think? And he says to me, well, I want to join. I said, you want to join? He goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. We had 3 packages. The most expensive, that was $3,595. The middle one, that was $1,800. And the bottom one, that was $700 or something like that. So he says, what package should I start? So here I'm looking at this 24-year-old guy, no experience. I care about him. He's like a younger brother almost. I don't want him to lose too much money in case he doesn't do anything. And I know how hard he worked for his money. I said, take the middle package. He says, okay, how much is that? I say $1,800 plus tax, whatever. So he have some money. He go come back, give me all the money, $1,800. We put him in the system. I'm surprised. This guy joined, but now I got to make sure he makes money. I said, he goes, what do I do now? I said, make a list. He goes, okay. I said, I want you to have someone in my face ASAP. So what does he do? 12 hours later, no, not 12, maybe 8 hours later. This is late at night. His friend comes. His friend sits down in his chair. Now I'm becoming more experienced. I did a tour already. So this is my second tour. So I do the second tour. I tell Sean, sit down and watch because we have to learn this. He says, okay. So I did the second tour. And when we finished the tour, I looked at this guy, which Sean brought. So what do you think? Oh man, that looks amazing. That looks wonderful. Plus I was wearing my stuff already, right? I had fashion only. I said, so what you want to do? He goes, I want to join. I said, okay. I'm like, wow, 2 for 2. I said, what package you want to go with? He said, the highest one, of course. That one pays the most money. That one gives me the most bonuses. I said, absolutely. He goes, yeah, here's my credit card. Put me as a diamond. We called it diamond. So Sean's looking at me, looking at him, looking at me. I'm like, what's the problem with Sean? So he pulls me aside, goes, Rez, I want to be diamond too. Why are you telling me to go the middle package? He goes, no, he's getting a better package than me. I'm like, oh, okay. Just pay the difference and you can become a diamond too. So he went and brought the balance and he became a diamond too. So the point I'm trying to make is when you talk people, when you call people, you truly have to have in your mind, in your heart, that you are doing them a favor. You have the greatest products, you have the greatest opportunity, and you're presenting them to them first before you bring it to strangers. What I did the next day, I called every single one. I made a list of names of friends and family. I called one after the other. And Austin was one of them. a good friend of mine. Every Thursday, we met in his dream garage where we have a hoist, fridges, that insane amount of alcohol, if you like to drink alcohol, beer, booze, a big fridge full of food, satellite television, toolboxes, a professional garage, and his mom, that was the house beside the garage. She would bring us food nonstop. And friends, every Thursday you get there, it's called Hockey Night in Canada. And I wouldn't miss it for the world. Every Thursday, I'm there. Because we chill, we watch Hockey Night in Canada, we eat, drink, whatever, work on our cars. I called Austin. I said, Austin and Scott, yes. Just want to let you know I will not make it this Thursday. Why? What's going on? Where are you going? Nowhere. As a matter of fact, I don't think I'll be making it for the remainder of the year. Whoa, why? What happened? What's going on? I said, nothing is going on. I have started my own business and I need to pour all into it because I want to get rid of my job in 6 months. Because I want to make more than double with this business working from home that I don't need my job anymore. Whoa, what is it that you're doing? What is it you're going to do? I said, Austin, I don't have time right now to explain it to you. If you really want to know, because he wants to leave his job too. If you really want to know, come to my house at this time. You can't come before or after. You have to come on the dot. Nothing personal, brother. It's just I will be in a meeting. I need you to be there 5 minutes before this time. If you show up 5 minutes after, you have to wait till next session. I'm sharing this with my friends and family first. I want to get you guys the most important part of my life. Get you out of the way. So that way, when you see my success in year, 2 years, 5 years, you're not going to say, why didn't you tell us about this? I want you to know that I told you first. So I did that the whole 6 months. I told people straight up, I don't have time to talk to you on the phone. If you really want to know what I'm doing, come to my office. I remember in November-ish, I had an office. Ottawa did have an office. I started from home, but November-ish, we were at the office 7 days a week. I had a friend of mine who was a good hockey player and all that. He bugged me and bugged me and bugged me to ask me what this business is about at work. And I did not tell him how this business works at work. I said, we're at work. I'm not going to be, breaking the rules. Basically, we started a Canadian company in fashion and we're going places. I will not be at this job comes January 1st, 2009. I would not be here. And I was supervisor to everybody. I was a manager. They're like, he's going to leave this high-paying job to do what? Why is he so excited? And I refused to talk. So I said, Rico, his name was Rico. I says, if you really want to know what I do, meet me at my office tomorrow at 4 p.m. Don't be late because I have booked for 5 p.m. as well. So don't be late. Be there at 5 to 4 so you can get a coffee, sit down. I need 1 hour with you. Okay, no problem. He shows up to my office at 4:15 and tells me he's got 20 minutes. He has to go play hockey down the street. I look at him, I say, Rico, I can't do it in 20 minutes. I said, I told you specifically before you come that I need 1 hour. You show up late and you tell him you got to leave in 20 minutes. I can't do this. So it's okay. Enjoy your coffee. Tell me where you play hockey. I started talking about other things, not the business. He says, I can't believe it. You're not going to show me what's this? I said, no, I can't. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to the business. It's not fair to you. I can't. I need 1 hour. So let's enjoy our coffee. Let's catch up to what is going on. And let me know when you can come, when you have 1 hour. Now he's looking at my office, looking at me. He's kind of mad, maybe disappointed, but he gained a lot of respect that day, knowing that I will not disrespect myself and my business for someone that I specifically said they need to see the whole picture, right? You can't rush through this. So I am not shy with picking up the phone, calling anybody, especially those that I know, and at least put my offer on the table for them to come and see this. I have a sense of urgency. I don't overstay my welcome on the phone too long. For example, Ronan, yes, how you doing, buddy? Good, good. What you been up to? Well, this is exactly why I'm calling you, of what I've been up to. What is it? You sound excited. Like, are you in a hurry? I says, yeah, I got hundreds of calls to make, but you're important to me. That's why I'm calling you first. I want to get you out of the way first. We need to get together, Ronan. Why? What's going on? Exactly what I'm telling you. I can explain to you right now. I don't have the time. But you need to come and see me. We need to see each other. How about tonight at 9 p.m.? Well, tonight at 9 p.m., I was going to chill with, I don't know, somebody and cancel. I tell them straight up, cancel. Cancel? Yeah, cancel. I'm telling you, you need to cancel. You need to hear what I have to say. So look at it like, damn, he's telling me to cancel. Either Ronan is going to say, okay, you know what? Let me see what I can do. Don't see what he can do, Ronan. I know Ronan well enough. Don't see what he can do. I'm telling you, cancel. You need to hear this now with me now. And if he says he was going to cancel, great. 9 o'clock, we meet. If not, he couldn't cancel, then okay, whatever, no problem. I guess I'll put you in line for tomorrow sometimes, right? And tomorrow when he shows up, I'm going to make him feel guilty. I'm going to say after he sees the business, understands the business, I'm going to say, remember last night, the chill out you wanted to do, the hangout you wanted to do, it cost you 1 member, 2 member, 3 member, $5,000, $10,000 of volume. Now he understands what he lost. Then he's going to blame me anyways. He's going to say, damn, you should have not taken the no for an answer. You should have told me come anyways. I said, man, I tried. What do you want me to do? Right? So this is what I do. You know, and I truly believe in it. I truly believe in it. You know, I have something massive, something incredible, and I need my loved ones, my friends and family to hear about it first. So that's it's a limitation we create within our own mind. You know? So that's that.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you. It supports me. Thank you.
Wow, that was an amazing answer. Wow.
Yes, thank you for your time and care.
Very welcome.
Thank
Very
you.
welcome.
I will definitely bring it more, you know, like the shark that really knows what he's doing and how big it is, and how urgent it is for people to really hear the opulent story.
It doesn't come from here. It comes from here. It comes from here.
Yeah.
Right? Now, style.
Yes, people can feel it.
Different people have different style. Some people can bring death back to life. Some people put the life to death. So it all depends on the way you deliver it, right? The way you go about it, right? I could be around some people, be completely depressed, even if I was the happiest man in the world, not knowing why I'm depressed, but I feel like I'm depressed because I subjected myself to people who are within that mindset. Oh, I can be depressed, feeling down, be around some people, and I feel sky high. I feel really good. So it all depends on how you deliver the message, but you have to believe it first. Annie, you had a question, Annie? I thought you wanted to say something.
Reza, how do you introduce this company to someone on the aircraft?
That's a good question. I did a training on that as well. Recently, I was on my way to Kenya. And while I was on the plane, I'm going to make the story short. From Addis to Nairobi, it was a jam-packed plane. And I noticed, I go to my seat, I always take aisle. If they don't have business class, I take wherever I'm aisle. I like aisle, right? And I noticed there's a guy by the window sleeping, and there is a seat over here. This lady comes to me, looks at me. I'm like, yes. Then she looks at the seat. I'm like, this is your seat? She talks to me like I'm an employee or something. She says, no, the window is my seat. I'm like, oh, okay. The guy who's sitting at the window has nothing to do with me. It's between you and the guy. And the guy has some kind of blanket over his head. You can't even see if it's a guy or a girl, sleeping already. Plane's not even ready to take off. He's already sleeping. So she says to me again, well, he's taking my seat. I said, well, what are you telling me? Wake him up. Wake her up, whoever that is. I'm not going to, Make a long story short, they sorted it out. He's mad at her for being woken up. She's mad at him for taking her seat. Anyways, they sit down. Now the two of them are on kind of like a friction. I'm sitting in the aisle, and I do my rituals. I spray the seat with microsilver spray. Any plane I go to, I have my microsilver spray. I don't know who was sitting there before. Okay, someone who's very close to me works that in industry. And she tells me what's going on, what's the method of cleaning the seat. They don't clean seats. Okay, another thing they don't clean is the water tanks in the plane. Don't ever drink tea or coffee from there. Anyways, the seats are not clean. They walk through the aisle when these hundreds of passengers get up. Who knows what that person was doing in that seat for 10, 12, 13, 15 hours. Or the person before, right? So I never go on a plane without the microsilver spray. I spray my seat. I give it a wipe down. The guy is looking at me. What is that? I started talking about microsilver spray and a little bit about planes and their seats. I like to be protected from viruses, and who knows the person before me, what they were doing. Now, the whole section of fuselage are hearing my conversation, all hearing what I'm saying. They see me spray. And he says, really? I'm like, yeah, I'm protecting the seat for the next 2 weeks for anyone else that may sit in the seat. And they're like, wow, it works up to 2 weeks? I said, of course, unlike alcohol. Now, where do I get that? We manufacture that. You, who are you? We call Opulence Global, 90-year-old Canadian company. As a matter of fact, we have 1,000 plus products that we manufacture, and we ship to over 200 countries and territories, and Kenya is one of them. These two are Kenyans. Now the lady is listening. The lady beside her is looking and paying attention. Then the person in the front over there, sideways, and the people on this side, and people, anyways. I showed them my ferry briefcase. This is also what we manufacture. It's our own. I showed them the liner and all that. I showed them the fountain of life that's in my briefcase. I showed them this that's in the briefcase. I showed them my sterling cream that's in here somewhere, right? And last but not least, when I displayed my whole thing within this briefcase alone and what I'm wearing, I gave them a drop card. I gave them a drop card, which is in my briefcase, right? When I gave the drop card to this guy, the lady, can I have one too? Sure. I give one to her. The lady in the front by the window, excuse me, sir. I'm like, can I have one too? Sure. All of a sudden, I gave out seven drop cards, right? Guess how many people come to see me in Nairobi? 7 people. I was more busy in Nairobi than the Nairobians were themselves. People everywhere I went to, I gave them a drop card after a good conversation, right? Now there is more conversation. We're talking, it's not a long flight, maybe 2 hours, but now we're having more conversation throughout the flight. Everybody's listening, right? And me, of course, I have to show off. I take them on my FOL, take some drops. This is a full plane, man. And I said, do you know this is recirculated air? Obviously, there's no air at 37,000 feet. I wonder how healthy that is. Me, I travel a lot, so I don't want to take chances. I load up on FOL. I had 3 FOLs on me, including the open one. Two of them sold. I wish I had more because everybody else, can I get some too? Can I buy one too? How much? How much? How much? I say, it's your lucky day. I'm going to save you shipping. It's 11,500 shilling. I give it to you for 10,000 right now. Everybody, can I have one too? I'm like, man, it's in my suitcase in the luggage department, like down, like below in the plane. But come and see me at my hotel. I'll have one. And people came, right? So, how do you talk about on a train, on a plane, on a bus? Depends on the time frame. You have to be ready, meaning drop card ready. You have to be ready. That way, it's not what you say, it's what you show and what you leave them with. What you leave them with. The biggest mistake you can make is trying to explain this business without doing a presentation. Don't ever do that. I know a lot of people trying to explain before the person sees a presentation. Oh, this is MLM, or this is pyramid, oh, this is I don't know, right? So take the proper steps and be prepared. Every night when I come home, I replenish my bag. This is with me all the time. Whatever's gone out of it, whether it's brochures, whether it's products. What else is in here? My laptop, all my adapters. I don't know why the world has to do this to us. Just Kenya alone, or Africa alone, you need 5 different adapters. Why? So I have all 5 adapters in here, okay? So I have everything I need. This is my business on the go, right? And I replenish my bag every single night. That's what I do. So did that answer your question on the plane?
But how do you get them to join, to actually, okay, so they have bought the product from you, but how do I initiate the steps to get them to actually, join?
You need to follow the steps, learn and apply. You can't be bouncing from product sales to how they join, right? Yeah, you need to like and trust, good conversation about the company's background, show them the tour, which includes the products, fill up the survey, go over the objection, follow up, and get them to partner with you. This is a process. Now, there are some people first sitting, hey, I want to start. You get that too. But for the masses, it's the steps and the process that you need to follow. You cannot bounce from point 1 to point 10, right? You got to cover these grounds. You got to cover these steps. That there's so much material out there for you guys to learn from. Just on my YouTube channel, I've been going through from the beginning to now we're at the end, the point that overcome objection and get it close. Now, how to get it close is when you answer the question and overcome their objection, right? What I tell people is this. That's my next part of my training. It's taking a little bit longer than it should, but this is what I tell people. Look, I like flip charts. I like to use flip chart, but you don't have to have a flip chart. You can have a pen and paper. And I start drawing circles. And I write beside it. That's going to be my next video, by the way, guys. I'm going to be posting on YouTube. If you don't follow me there, because this has been asked by a lot of people, the comp plan breakdown with a flip chart. I'm going to do that this weekend and post it. Now, I get a pen and paper. I sit down with them with the survey, and I say, look, there is so many reasons why you should start now and not wait. Number 1, get on the products. Number 2, position yourself. I share them a real life story of myself that I joined in 2005, but I didn't get to work till 2008 and a half, August 1st, remember? For 3.5 years, I did not build the business, but I did join. I did not build the business. So what happened at 3.5 years? Everything was lost? No, everything was banked for me. Why? Because I did my monthly subscription, because I used my own products, because I sold my own products. I may have not been building the business side of things, but I did my minimum 150 per month. Just one ring alone I sold. was $4,500. That's when I was not even doing the business yet. Imagine how much shopping credit I had to use to cover $3,700 of wholesale. That was my cost, right? So once you get a pen and paper, I tell them retail, wholesale, you can make retail immediately up to 37%, wholesale up to $350, commissions up to $460 every time your team. Now they can't see themselves building a team. I give them my scenario. I joined, I didn't build a team, but my left team grew in my absence because people above me and below me, they kept growing and growing and growing. And because I positioned myself, nothing was lost. Everything was banked for me. And when I decided to get to business, to work in August 1st, 2008, I had already accumulated $7.5 million of volume. My business had grown to over 20 countries and territories, and I had 2,300 members in my team. Imagine if I waited 3.5 years till August 1st, 2008, I have to start from zero. Everything would have been wasted. So I'm glad I positioned myself. So you help them with whatever objection they have to get them to launch that day. Now with the $299 BP Lite, brand partner Lite, it's a no-brainer. I've had people that launched the BP Lite at $299 who had no interest in the business at all. They just wanted to buy a product. I say, look, $100 for 3 months is $300, right? It's a 3-month satisfaction guarantee, right? Right. Well, why don't you launch your BP Lite at $300? Now you get this at the wholesale price, and you get products with it too. Really? I says, yeah. Now you're not going to pay 100. You're going to pay wholesale costs. And they launch. It's a no-brainer as long as we can explain this properly to them. Who's going to say, no, I'd like to buy this at the higher cost? Nobody. Everybody wants to buy it at the lower cost. This is the chance, BP Lite. And believe me, once they're in, if you do the right steps with them, they will upgrade to LA. Did that answer your question?
Definitely, definitely. You're good at it.
Awesome. Awesome.
You're definitely a pro.
Me, I just share facts, you know. I mean, I'm the biggest example. 3.5 years of inactivity, not doing anything. Just position myself. You know, it's like buying your great-grandfather buying a piece of lot. Depends on where you're from and what you can relate to. In North America, we can relate to Manhattan. Manhattan or even Toronto now. Toronto now, even as big as Manhattan, right? Just buying a piece of lot. Your great-grandfather bought a piece of lot when Manhattan wasn't what it is today. Imagine what would be your story today. Imagine how wealthy your family would be today. Even if they didn't build nothing on it, but they bought it in early 1900. Imagine the family wealth he had created by buying that lot. Here's the same thing. Buy your position. Whether you do something with it or not, it's going to gain in value. Plus, meanwhile, you can get your product at the wholesale pricing. So it didn't cost you any more money, but now you bought a piece of lot. And that's how I put it to them. Ronan, anytime you want to jump in, brother, to add, don't be shy. Be more than happy to hear your sides too, your explanation too, because I know you have some great tips and techniques of overcoming objections.
As I understand, you just asked me a question. Is that correct?
Yes, I said don't be shy if you want to jump in and share some of your strategies and techniques of overcoming objections or questions that come up.
I definitely miss the days of you and I doing some calls together. We should probably get back into the habit of that one, though it was a fairly long call, and I do know there's a limit to humans' capability of taking information. So I'm going to be your advocate student today. I've learned so much. And yeah, next time let's pick any topic, and I'll be happy to jump and have some fun with you. Definitely.
Awesome. Great. I'm looking forward to it. Any other question, guys?
Same here.
Thank you so much. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. It's been an hour and 28 minutes, 25 minutes, hour and 25 minutes. So if you have any questions, ask it now. Hello.
So I want to share that actually before your session, we had a session with LD3 Ronan Trifon.
Very nice.
And in the session, the first thing he did with us, he asked us, can you tell me what is Opulence Global for you in 15 seconds? And then he asked us specifically, like all the products, but specifically if we can tell about Fountain of Life in 15 seconds and to do it. And then we were actually thinking about it, and we were like, maybe we should make it as a challenge, you know, and like challenge the company and challenge people to share the story of Opulence Global in 15 seconds. So I'm challenging you, Reza, and then I encourage you to challenge someone else also.
My challenge is already in the presentation.
I want you to do it in 15 seconds.
I know, I did it in 2 seconds. I did it in 1 second. It's called total freedom. Complete freedom. That's Opulence Global.
Yes.
Complete freedom. If I want to break it down, I can speak for days. But what's Opulence Global here, and for the masses, once they can see the big picture, it's called complete freedom. Total freedom. How could a gentleman from Israel, well, not from Israel, Australia/Israel background, go in the jungle of Thailand, get stuck over there because of pandemic, and his income grew by, I don't know, 4 times or 3 times or 2 times, whatever, for 2 years straight, living the dream in the jungles, and good excuse, I'm stuck in the jungle, right? In a tropical island or tropical scenery. I saw a video of his house where he was staying, a private pool, and my gosh, I wish I was stuck over there. So what made that possible? It's called opulence. It's a total freedom. Why is Reza Mesgarlou been working on, can I say it on here? Yeah, why can't I? Of course, we're supposed to be in a democratic country. Why is Reza Mesgarlou getting his residency in Dubai, different passports? Why? For what reason? Because he's got the freedom. How does Reza Mesgarlou pick up and go to Africa/Europe, Middle East for 6 weeks, deciding the 2 days before his departure? How does he do it? Even the immigration officers ask me. I'm like, why are you questioning me for? What's the problem? They say, well, we see that you got your ticket the night before you departed. I'm like, so? Well, you were gone for 6 weeks. I said, so? They're like, well, most people don't do that. I said, you're right. Most people can't. I can. And I said, hold on a minute. I give him my card. I said, you can too. Here's my business card. Give me a call. I'll show you how. They kind of look at it and goes, I like my job. I said, I know you like your job, but you can't do what I do. So keep this card with you, and I can show you how is that possible with my business, with my company. Because that's it. It's a total freedom. It's to be.
Reza, I can answer that question. Why immigration would ask you that? Usually, people who buy drugs and sell drugs that buy the tickets.
The last guy who tells me to go this way, I hate it when they say go this way. This way means check your luggage. They never check my luggage. This way, they didn't even ask me any question. It was automated when I go this way. So I go this way, I'm pissed. I'm mad now because I know what this way means. Now you have to wait for one of you guys, the same one that put something scribble. So the next guy tell me go this way. He shows up I said, what's this story, man? Why are you telling me to come this way? And he says to
It's
me,
because it's a sign. For us, it's a sign. When you buy a ticket, like just 2 days before you leave for that long, it's a sign that there's something's wrong.
let me fix you the same way I fixed your colleagues. So I go over there. I said, why are you telling me to go this way? He says the same thing. Well, I see your ticket was bought the day before. I said, so? And he says, well, most people don't do that. I said, you're right. Most people can't do that, including you. You have to plan it a year in advance. I understand you probably get 2 weeks a year holiday. I understand you need to get permission from the wife and she has to plan. I understand all that. Me, I have the freedom. I can go back, and tonight I decide to go back, I'll go back again. I says, now you're looking at the system. You see how often I travel? He goes, oh my God, yeah, I do. I said, okay. So it's not the first time. But you're the only one that told me to come this way. Is there something? He goes, no, don't take it personal. I said, man, I've been, you see your system, my travels. Yeah. He says, I see. I said, what made you tell me to come this way? Be honest, it's okay. He says, oh, I just, I don't see, exact words, I don't see ever any Persians buy a ticket the last day and go to Africa. I said, I'll take it as a compliment. I said, I'll take it as a compliment. What do you mean? Persians can't go to Africa? Because I'm not saying they can, they just don't. It's not a common thing.
Yeah, it's unusual. It's unusual, yeah.
So, okay, no problem. Guess what I did? I gave him my business card too. I said, if you want to know what I do, give me a call. And I left. He goes, oh, have a nice day. It was really nice, but I just didn't like the delay part. It wasn't that much more, 10 more minutes, but still, 10 minutes is 10 minutes. So yeah, total freedom. Going back to that, what's opulence? Total freedom.
Yeah.
Now you all know why I enjoy travel with these guys so much. You should have seen us in the Bahamas like 2 kids. We're going and doing a competition of recruiting, and it was so much fun. This guy is a master. I have not stopped learning from him for 10 years. He's just have the most straightforward approach, no game, doesn't try and please you. What it is, and as he told you, it's all heart. And as we said before, you can give people data, right? I can take those 15 seconds and tell you exactly what Opulence Global is. It's a humanitarian global movement supported by the #1 privately owned fashion house in Canada, and they play by giving the highest level quality jewelry and fashion to the people who can afford it, and sponsor the best health and personal care products for humanity in all economy. That's Opulence Global. But what he said, Opulence Global is freedom. One word, heart word, and will relate a lot more to most people because they can't remember what I just said about 2 seconds after. So it's not just about knowing how to speak. The reason I did this exercise for 15 seconds is because most of us have a lot of information. It's not organized. So if we can say something in 15 seconds, we can say it in 30 seconds, then a minute. But truly, when we know, the only thing that's left is heart. So all this information is irrelevant. You'll say whatever you'll say with heart, and it will work if you're excited. Reza is opulence. I am opulence. It is our lifestyle. It's everything about our life. It's what makes us get up in the morning full of light, full of ready for the next excitement. And by the way, when we are a little bit easing it off, he will tell you too, when we ease off we think we're having fun, but we're actually getting rusty, and we actually miss it, and we miss the involvement, and we miss the people, and we miss the excitement that we get. And I remember it every time that I drop off. I go to do my thing. There is no my thing. I have a family. I better learn to do my thing with all of you together. So we have a lot of work to do. And Reza, it's so good to have your trainings back. I've missed them. Really, I did.
Thank you so much, brother. We're going to do a lot more of it. I started my YouTube channel, I believe, 13 or 14 days ago. And just to leave you off with this, I share this with everybody. I had great success with YouTube when I had no idea what YouTube I was using it for storage. I had people launching the highest levels, buying products, all that kind of stuff from Singapore, people traveling from Holland, Singapore to Canada to meet me, to come to conferences from YouTube, right? For some reason, we became so busy and I started to not focus on it for so many years. I was troubleshooting not long ago. I'm like, man, YouTube was working so amazing for me. Why did I stop using it? So I started gearing up. I was rusty at it. I'm still rusty at it, but I'm getting better. I started sharing on YouTube about, if you go there, it'll tell you. My first video meaning first video with the business within last month or 2 months, whatever, started about 14 days ago, 13 days ago. I've already showed this plan to 6 people from YouTube. 1 already joined, 1 is joining tonight. 4 more are in the process. They will join, I guarantee you. All from YouTube. Okay? So we have to be visible and we have to be out there. And believe me, if you believe in what you do, if you believe in your company, if you believe in your products, if you love people, if you love humanity, people are suffering all over the world. Just one degree the other people are. If people in Canada are suffering, imagine other places, right? And I travel a lot, so I get to see it. Everybody thinks their own country exclusively is the worst. No, every country is suffering, some more than the others. This is one way of helping the world, helping the humanity, helping people pay the bill, put food on the table. You know, the serious ones change their lives for generations to come. That's what we offer. So why wouldn't I talk about it? Why would I have that conviction within me? Like, when I talk about this stuff, is not script that I memorize. It comes from the heart and from experience. If someone doesn't season, don't join it. You know what I think to myself? I don't say it. And I'm like, poor guy, you know, he's going to continue searching and continue suffering when he was right before him or her. So I did my best, and that's all I could do, right? So yeah, freedom, guys, freedom. Next.
Wow, Reza, I actually have one last question. Actually, it's a question about, let's say I'm bringing to my country an LD3 or an LD4. You know, like I brought LD3 Ronin, 3 phone. I don't know. Let's just say, and let's go to an imaginary scenario that I brought an LD3 to my country for more than 3 days, you know, for a few days, for 2 weeks. Like, how would you spend their time there in the most efficient and most productive way relative to all the ways that you can use an LD3 or an LD4?
I can do a training on that on a different time or privately for you, but let me tell you quickly what I'm a product of the School of Hard Knocks. I got into this business when I was barely out of high school. I was taught by the giants, by people that were not sugarcoating anything, people who were hard on me. And they asked me what I want. I said, I want it all. They said, you want it all? I said, yeah. Then these are the things you got to do. Are you willing to do them? I'm like, absolutely. They said, okay, then you're going to have it all. Now, what I would do, I was taught this way. First of all, I never had an opportunity to work with the top earner in any program, right? And the ones that I work with once in a while, here and there, once in a while, this and that, I had to learn by trial and error. I had to learn because I was in a rush. I'm the kind of person who's in the rush. I had to learn what works and do a lot of it and do so much of it that I get the results that I want, right? Maybe I'm doing it the wrong way, but I'm getting results, so let me do more of it. Maybe there's an easier way to do, I don't know. This is what I know, I'm going to keep doing it. Now, if I was fortunate that I had someone coming from Alberta, Canada, I'm talking about real life scenario, I would promote the heck out of it. I would make a beautiful place ready. I would promote. I have a committee together, and we make a flyer, and we absolutely all we talk about is God is coming on this day. We literally make this guy feel like look like he's God. This guy, Jack, is coming with his wife. You understand who's Jack? You know what Jack does? You want to be successful? You need to be at this event. And you need to make sure your team is at this event. No excuses. You're going to a wedding? Cancel it. Oh, you're going to see a movie? You do. You're going on vacation? You know what? Put it for a different day. Right now, you can't even afford that vacation.
You get married, cancel it.
Well, whatever it is, you know, you got to cancel it. You got to be there. You can't miss Jack. Right? And now, people who could within themselves to cancel something, they did. Right? And they showed up to the event. They were so anxious to be at this event, to listen to Jack, that they got full value. Jack could say, you know what? Make sure you drink your water. We all know water is good for you anyways. Now we made sure we drink water because Jack said so. Who's Jack? Jack is what my upline made him to be. Jack is the one that my upline set the ground for me to sacrifice, to spend the money to be there. Now, when Jack shows up, guess what we did for Jack? I'm just using one guy as an example. We picked him up from the airport. It's not like, oh, you get to the airport, he knows his way around, all of us safe. No. Picked him up from the airport, brought him to the hotel that we paid for, let him get a rest, freshen up. I pick him up for dinner, and I have my top 3-4 lieutenants with me. Right? You can have a great team and a big team, awesome. The more the merrier, but deep down, hardcore conversation, most people can't handle. So I have my top 3-4 lieutenants with me that I know they have thick skin and they're willing to go the distance. We take Jack and the wife to dinner at a nice place, and we pick his brain. We stick to him like glue. After that, we go to a lounge. We sit with him at a lounge. More people invited to this lounge, besides just my lieutenants. We pick his brain and we rub shoulder with him till he's ready to go to sleep, because the next day is an early day. We take him to his hotel. We pick him up from his hotel in the morning. Someone assigned to pick him up. We bring him to the event. We make sure the event is in order and it's beautiful, and we make sure everybody's in order. No getting up, leaving, and everybody take notes. If I saw someone's not taking notes, I'd be looking at them. I give him hands. How come you're not taking notes? Right? So after the event is over, during the lunch, we have Jack's his own table at the whatever the lunch is, and my lieutenants are sitting with him again, the next relevant people sitting with him at lunchtime. Right? Once he finished lunch, he's doing the training. After the training, we take him to his hotel to freshen up. We pick him up for dinner. The same thing over and over. Jack and the wife, the only time they're alone is when they're at the hotel or when they go use the washroom. Because I got Jack for a limited time of 3 days, 4 days. I want to utilize Jack, right? And I want to make sure my team benefit from what Jack has to say. And we always made it a success. This is the way, this is what I would do in any business when it comes to a reputable, a strong upline, going out of their way to come to you, okay? This is what I would do. Just generic, like you can play with it a little bit, but this is what I always done and always will do. I still do that today. When I have special guests coming to Ottawa, unless they're driving to themselves to the hotel, we pick them up. We pay for the dinner. Where after the boot camp is done, we go there. We pay for the dinner. Sometimes it costs $500 for a dinner for them. You know what? I pay it. Whether it's corporate, whether it's Renee, Brian Arundel, whoever comes as a team, they come to train. So we make sure we take care of them. That's what we do. And we make sure the team is getting full value.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Reza. Yeah, I
You're
feel
very
like
welcome.
we would love to have a Zoom call with you to have a longer conversation about it. But thank you so much for answering it and
Most welcome.
extending your answers more than the topic of the meeting. Really appreciate it and really
Yeah.
appreciate your time.
Thank
Very
you.
welcome. Very welcome.
That's better. Thank you.
You're most welcome. My soldier Armand is gonna bring daddy some water.
Question. Do you do
Yes.
this every week?
I do this. Well, I do this 7 days a week, but I make it open to everyone as I see necessary. Right now, I have made it open. What happened was I have a new team. We have a new team. We have a lot of new teams, but especially in Ottawa, Sauda that is on the call also. Maybe she can turn on the camera. No, this one. Fill it up and bring it. Yeah. Yeah, come and say hi. Come here. Come here. Say hi to the world. When you hit them, they can't see you. This is my boy Armand.
Hi.
Ah, okay.
Hi, Armand.
Bring more. So I figured we're going to start things properly with the new team. We don't want them to have bad habits. We don't want any shortcuts. We want to go through the what's it called? Prosperity book. And we've been going through that. We went through 10 amendments. We recorded that. We posted that. My tour, I posted that. We did another training, prospecting. I posted that. Now this is how to overcome objections. Supposed to be in closing. So I'm going to post this. So yes, and I put it out there in the chat groups. I put it on my Facebook. I put it on my Facebook automatically shares it stories to my Instagram, right? So yeah, I put it out there for those who are looking. It's not a secret; they can easily find it and come. And
I'm glad I looked in WhatsApp. I'll be looking more. I just wanted to say, like, because you've done this for so long, do you find talking about all the products is easy, or do you think you should lean on one product and try to sell that one as much?
Me, I talk about. I never zero in on anything. I always say we started with fashion, then we moved into skincare, which got the gold seal immediately out of the gate, made by the top scientist doctors, and we got in health and nutrition. And I never zero in on one thing. There's one lady that's joining, LA Plus. She found me on YouTube as well. She's from Ottawa too, out of all places, in Manitic. She lives, and she said to me that she is in fashion big time, and she's always looking for great stuff to add to her website and so on and so forth. And I says, well, you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. We're at the top of the fashion world, Canada's #1 fashion house, Toronto International Film Festival, Celebrity Choice Awards, Designer of the Year, Jennifer Lopez second, Handbag of the Year, some of her own products. And she's like, oh my God. He goes, listen, I've never promoted health product because I don't use it myself, but fashion definitely. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to promote these things. So guess what? Automatically, I know.
People have no clue that in 20.
Automatically know that she's in fashion, right? So I started emphasizing more on fashion. I showed the lookbook. I started wearing nicer watches, like not nicer, but different watches when I see her. Every time she looks, she's a fashion lady. Looks at my shoes, looks at my hands and my chain, right? So I make sure I'm conscious. I wear different rings. Oh my God, let me see that. Yeah. So I focus more on fashion because I know that's a niche. That's what she's really high on, right? And she'll grow up on this. She will. Whether she does or not doesn't matter. We got all of it to offer, so I don't want to be out there and confusing the heck out of people. I just point it. If they ask questions, if they want to know more about it, I tell them more about it. Usually the stuff I put in to get people to be stuck on that thoughts, again, I don't want to stereotype people, but there's certain things that work. if I am in Africa or within Black community, I do mention high blood pressure, diabetes. This thing is helping so many people around the world with high blood pressure, diabetes, even cancer. NPN, Health Canada, NPN. All of a sudden, I know they, even if they don't personally, they know of people who have high blood pressure, diabetes. That's common against Black community. That's the highest, like top 1 and 2 killer in Black communities, high blood pressure, diabetes, right? Now we have a product that is helpful with that, right? Even if they were not in health and nutrition, they're going to come back to me for that. I hope that answered your question.
Big time. I'm excited to plug in and see because I've been confused, but it's just like make it simple. Like you said, try to talk like a grade 3 to grade 5 person.
Any
It's
other
confusing,
questions,
no one buys.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Any other questions?
One of the questions people usually ask is, how do I get my money? How do I get paid? Is this company, because there are a number of other companies where people find it difficult to get payment from the company. So sometimes, okay, the product is good, and then they ask, what, how easy is it for me to get my money from this company? You're telling me I can make this amount of money, but how easy is it for me to get my money from this company?
What does that mean, how easy it is to get your money from this company? I don't understand that question.
Like, what methods are being used? Do they send it straight to my account?
Okay.
Do they pay me? That sort of thing they ask.
Darlene, right?
Yes.
From Barbados?
Yes.
Okay.
You
How
should
long you
come
been a
over
member,
here.
Darlene?
Mhm.
How long you been a member?
About 2 years.
2 years, okay. This is day one. When you join the company, day one, you're upline within the tour. These are the questions should be answered day one. If they're not answered, then you need to find out through someone who is competent enough, knowledgeable enough to tell you the ways, and you can find out through your own back office. So when you log into your back office in your dashboard, and you will see the part that says financials, you click on financials, it gives you a scroll down window of I pay out or true cash. You click on I pay out, and that's how you get paid. The company puts the money in your e-wallet in your back office at Opulence, right? It's reflected there in your back office at Opulence. Once you see that, then you go set up a way of receiving it. You can get paid by asking for a debit card from iPayout with your name on it if you would like, or you can set up it so it can directly from Opulence goes to iPayout, and from there goes to your bank account that you need to arrange. I have set up a number of bank accounts that I choose where I want it to go to. Do I want it to go to my debit Visa? Do I want it to go to this bank, or do I want it to go to the other bank? So when I request my commissions, I choose where I want it to go. This is something that you need to, darling, go in your back office and play with it. Learn your back office. If you need help, ask someone to assist you with that. But you can figure it out on your own anyways. Just go click on everything, go look at things, learn it. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask. Remember, guys, I used to say this a lot when I got started. It is like you bought your own jumbo jet. Opulence is freedom. You purchased your own jumbo jet. But unfortunately, you've been given the key, you've been given the plane, it is yours. Now you got to learn how to fly it. Either hire someone who can fly it for you, or you need to take some courses to learn on how to fly this jet. Because this jet has the capacity to take you to all 4 corners of the world and a lot of places in between. Without training, you will crash it. You won't even be able to take off it yet. But let's say you play too much video games, you cannot take off, you're going to crash it immediately. Don't crash your business. Make sure that you go. Or you've been given your mansion, the key to your mansion. And if you don't know where's the bathroom, if you don't know where is the furnace room, if you don't know where's the guest room, if you don't know where is the maid's room, if you don't know where's the master bedroom, you'll never do that. You will go walk up and down because of the excitement, walk around in the mansion and in the neighborhood and learn it within a day of everything where they are, because it's your mansion. This is your mansion. This is your business. So I strongly recommend.
I'm thinking you're just meeting the person and you've done a presentation.
Yep.
And because we've had a lot of scammers here in terms of Bitcoin and that sort of thing, and getting the money out, that is usually one of the questions that you get.
Yep. As long as you
this is before they have actually joined the company.
As
so
long
you're
as
prospecting.
you have to be product of the product, Ali, then you know how to answer them easily because you're already doing it. If you don't do it yourself, then you have to make something up. Then you have to come up with an answer that you're not sure of, or worse yet, not be able to answer. This company has been paying people without missing a single commission check for 19 years. And they have their e-wallet, that e-wallet connected to iPayout, and you can choose which method through iPayout you can get paid on. You have a debit Visa card that works globally. I use it all over Africa, all over Europe. Or you can send it directly to your local bank account, right? Some countries are excluded. Like Trinidad, they can use the debit Visa, but they can't put it in the bank account yet. But debit Visa works globally. And whenever they say something about a scam, I always tell them one thing. I remind them of one thing. They make that mistake twice, they won't make it the third time. We've been around for 19 years, almost 20 years. We've been around for 20 years. I know the CEO, you know the top earner, you know our head office. Here's our accolades. We have 1,000 plus products. Scams don't need 1,000 products. They don't last 19 years, almost 20 years. So I get rid of objections rather quick.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right. So if we're done, I think we're pushing on 2 hours now. We're going to call it at night. I'm going to convert this video. I'm going to upload it on YouTube, and I will be, so all of you that want to revisit this training, you can go on YouTube. You can fast forward to the section that you want, or share it with your team. It's up to you. But I think we answered some great questions here today. And one last chance. Anyone's got a question, please go ahead and ask. If not, we call it a night, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Anyone? No? All right. Let's see how we're going to do this. All right. Okay, guys. Turn on your cameras. We're going to say our usual opulent saying. All right. How does it go again? Everybody's camera on. 3, 2, cameras on, guys. Anyone? Everyone? All right. What do you say, your opulence, guys? One team, one dream, to the billion.
To the billion.
Take care, guys. Let's go get it. Rank advancement.
Bye.
LD1s, LD2s, LD3s, LD4s, LD5s. Let's get it done.
Good billion. Good night, everyone. Good night. User excellent job. Excellent. This is something grateful. See you and good night, everyone.
Sorry, I couldn't really understand. Can you